sound of aircraft. Sophie from Stockholm, hello Stockholm, hello Sophie, asks, are there any lyrics you look back on now and feel differently about? Well, I think I've mentioned on many occasions now that with the passing of time, of course, your perspective on certain topics really changes. For example, the lyric to A Northern Bride, I think if I were to write a song like that today, I probably would focus more on the trauma of a breakup from an abusive partner than I would on just a sort of list of events, which I suppose that's what A Northern Bride is. I suppose with the passing of time, and hopefully a greater understanding of that situation, that it would be more fitting to actually kind of address that rather than do the sort of dispassionate thing that we did back in 1996. With the exception of a couple of tunes that were on Make It Better, every lyric that was written for Dubstar was written from a place of sincerity, trying to communicate something interesting and mainly kind of emotional. So I don't think I would change anything, but I do know that there's certain songs that I wouldn't be able to write today. The song Ghost, which is one of my favorites, was written from a position of heartbreak and sadness, but only giving one person's perspective on a breakup. There was no reference to what that breakup was like for the other person. To write a song like that, you kind of need to have the self-absorption and raw emotion of being in your mid-20s that you don't really have in your mid-50s. You know, I don't think I could express that feeling now without it being a more circumspect, on one hand this and on the other hand that kind of song, which of course would be a very different song. And so I don't think that necessarily qualifies as being a way that I feel differently. I have been wondering about if it were possible to write Dubstar songs more than, almost 30 years out of being in your 20s, and what it would be that you would write about. And I really have been pondering this. There's been a few people who've been in touch saying that they don't agree with what I said in the video, or they pointed to the work of other people who are writing songs that are kind of interesting from that more mature perspective. But I once again, I think I can mainly just point to songs that couldn't be written at this age, which for me is 56. So Just a Girl. Now that's Sarah's song, that's Sarah's lyric. But once again, I think that the directness of it and almost the dispassion of it is something that I don't think I'd want to record now. I think instead, if you were writing a song and recording a song that was this description of how a woman feels they're being treated by somebody else, I think there'd probably be a bit more anger in it, or a little bit more energy, or a bit more, I don't know, just something that really probably wouldn't be Dubstar. I think if you were looking for a kind of Dubstar song that could be written today, I would be pointing towards songs like The View From Here and Friday Night. I still can't get my head around that. To me, that song's always just and some of the songs that are in the United States of Being collection. And I think that the reason why I'm highlighting these songs is that these are, I suppose, they're a bit more energetic than some of the older Dubstar songs. There's a strong kind of positive message in these tunes, I suppose. And that is where I am in my life right now. If you go the other way, though, I suppose that means that a whole load of songs that I suppose I just simply wouldn't write today are, like from the Goodbye album, it would be the song It's Over. I probably wouldn't write the song Disgraceful now. But that's not a comment on the song Disgraceful. It's more just, it's just not what happens to me in my life anymore. And, oh yeah, one song that definitely I feel differently about now is When You Say Goodbye. There's something about the perspective of that song that I really actually don't like. The implication of it is a woman attacking another woman for the behaviour of a man. And that I don't think is something that should be in a Dubstar song. And I certainly wouldn't write that today. I think there's an example of a song that I wouldn't want, where I don't feel the same. When You Say Goodbye. Anymore. I would have left out that prostitute line in I Will Be Your Girlfriend. Somebody's trying to get me on my computer. I wonder why.